Good morning. Just got out of bed. Well, actually, haven't really. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, so I've been doing some housework inside the house, but just got getting out into the farm now. And today, what we need to do, let me show you something on the map here. Let's bring this up to here. So, as you can see, I've got cow fields all over the place. These ones here, they're called summer fields, there, and there's another one down there. So summer grass 1, 2 and 3. The reason I use those fields in the summer is because they're all on a hill and I can't get a full feed wagon up that hill if it's snowing, because none of my tractors are powerful enough. So what we need to do today is move some of the cows from those summer fields down to the winter fields, because it's almost the end of August and I don't want to be caught out with cows and paddocks I can't feed. Now, the only ways to move animals in this game, well, actually, there is a new move animal mod that's come out that lets you move the animals from one field directly to another. There's also the cane that you can see on the back of this trike here. I want to show you another mod that a friend of mine, AK, made for me, and I'm still working on it. It's not quite perfect yet, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So I do use this cane sometimes, and sometimes I use this other mod, but I'll show you the mod and just you can see what you think of it. It's really, really good. So I don't like using an animal trailer around the farm. If you're just moving cows from one paddock to another, you would not use an animal trailer in real life. You just herd them. Use a dog maybe and things. So before I do that though, I need to feed the chickens. So let's do that first. So I will take this animal cane off the back of the trike, and I'll just put that down here for the time being, and grab a bag of chicken feed. And of course I've got the bags of milk powder next to the chicken feed, which I'll be using to feed the calves with once I've got calves, but they're still a few months away, 9 or 10 months, 7 or 8 months, I don't remember which. We'll have a look in a second. In fact, just let me strap this one on first. Okay, so let's have a look how far off those calves are. 20%. So I've got another 8 months to go. Yeah, so 8 months before I've got any calves. But we can feed the chickens now. And yes, I realise that it's not very far to where the chickens are, and I could probably just walk carrying a sack, but I like sitting on the back of the trike, so that's what we do. I like any excuse to use the trike actually. Now, I originally got this trike because I've got this farm set in the mid to late 80s. I thought, well, a trike's probably more realistic than a quad bike. But I've since done a bit of research, and it turns out that quad bikes were around by the late 80s already. So I'm actually going to buy a couple of quad bikes for the farm and a couple of two-wheeled farm bikes as well. Have all of them on the farm. Now we'll just check if that actually filled up the chickens. Where are we? No, it didn't. Well, I'd hoped it had, but it hadn't. So let's try that again. I've got to get it exactly right to. Come on. Come on. Actually, I think since I changed to a different style chicken pen, I'm not sure exactly where I'm not sure exactly where the trigger is now, because I changed the pen. Interactive zone marker, that's what I want. Oh, there we go. So it's here. How's that looking now? I'm just going to see if... No, it still hasn't done anything. Why is that not working? So I changed the chicken pen that I'm using a while ago, and okay, we might have to play around with that one later on instead. Let's put that back on the trike, and I'll just turn those zone markers off again, and I'll worry about feeding the chickens later once I've had a chance to sort of play around with that. So just put this back on the trike in the interim. So I really want to show you this way of moving stock from one paddock to another. Okay, and okay, strap that on. Okay. So yes, as I said, at the moment the only motorbike I've got on this farm is this little trike here, but I'm going to get a couple of quads and a couple of two-wheeled farm bikes as well. And if you're wondering why I need so many bikes, it's because I've got some teenage kids that help out on this farm, so we need one bike for each of them. Okay, so I'm just going to park this up here. Yeah, turn the lights off. Okay, we're going to jump in this tractor here. And we're going to go move my cows from the summer paddocks to the winter paddocks. Because, as I said, if it starts snowing this winter, it doesn't snow every single winter in this game, but it does snow quite regularly in the winter. And once it does start snowing, that hill that's over there, that we'll be driving up in a minute, so you see it in a minute, I will not be able to pull a full mixer wagon or a barrel of water up that hill once it's snowing. These tractors aren't powerful enough. Now, if we look behind there, you'll see a red light there. So I'll just go over to it so you can see it better. That little red light there. Now, what that red light is, I shall show you in the shop here. This stock trailer here, that red light has been attached to the end of the tow ball of the stock trailer. The reason for that is the stock trailer is invisible. Now, why do you want an invisible stock trailer, I hear you ask? I'm going to demonstrate. So back it up, and it's now connected. And if you look in the top left-hand corner there, you'll see that this tractor is now pulling a trailer, although because the trailer is invisible, you can't see it. And go up here. So this paddock and the next two up are the three summer paddocks I've got that I can only put stock in the summer because I can't feed them in the winter. So in this paddock, because I simply can't pull. This hill is much steeper than it first appears, and these tractors just are not powerful enough to pull a full mixer wagon or a full water barrel up this hill if it's snowing. They struggle to do it just in the normal weather like this. So I'm going up here. Now what I want to still change on this trailer at some point, so I really love the way it's invisible. I really love the way the cows have been turned so they're all facing the same direction, which you'll see in a minute. I've done a conversion already, so I know how to do the low tow bar on it, but the other thing I want to do is I want to make it so that when the cows are in the trailer, they're weightless. Now I know it must be possible because they're walking cane, they're weightless in the walking cane when you use that mod. I want them to be weightless in this trailer, and the reason why is it's going to look a wee bit odd here with me using a tractor for the job we're about to do. I'd like to be able to use a farm bike for it instead, like a little quad or something, and then I think it's going to work really well. Now, just see if that trailer's... no, I haven't got the trailer in the right spot yet. It's got to get into the actual animal dialogue box. So that might be it there, we'll try that anyway. So wander over here. Yes, and we can see there, that's the animal trailer, that's the name of the animal trailer. So now I'm going to go next. I want to put all 10 in there. This animal trailer will hold 12 cows at once. So now I've moved the animals from the paddock there to the animal trailer. And if we go back here, there you can see them all. Now, as I said, this will look a lot better once I can pull it all behind a trike or something rather than a tractor. But in the meantime, I've got it on the tractor because I'm still working on modifying it. Now you can also kind of tell the trailer's there because it will still flatten the grass as I'm driving along. But See, it appears like all the cows are just following the tractor, and I'm going to lead them all down to the summer paddock where I want them. Oh, I better slow it down a bit because cows wouldn't walk that fast, so keep it fairly slow when I'm doing this job. Chop the tractor down to first gear a little bit slower. And so this is one of the ways that I really enjoy moving cows around when I'm only moving them on my farm from one paddock to another. Obviously I wouldn't use this invisible trailer if I was taking them to the stockyards to sell or something like that. Go down here, and you have to, when you're driving with this trailer attached, you've got to be careful. Just remember you have got a trailer on there even though you can't see it, and so treat it like it's there. So we come along here, and I've got 3 paddocks of cows to move. And they're all going into from my summer paddocks through to my winter paddocks. So open up that gate. So you should be good once I can work out how to make the cows weightless, and so that I can actually tow this trailer, this invisible cattle trailer, behind a quad bike or the 3-wheeled trike instead of behind the tractor. I think it will look a lot better. So that's just personal opinion though. And I might also attach an invisible tow bar to the 2-wheeled farm bikes I'm planning on putting in my farm. So I can even have the cows following behind there. Then we go select, move to husbandry, yes. And now all the cows that were in that invisible cattle trailer are now in this cow paddock here instead. You can see them all going up there. I've already filled up the food trough and the water trough in this in preparation for it. Now, another job that I'm going to do today, but I'll probably do off camera, is the paddocks I'm moving these from. I would top up the food troughs and the water trough in those paddocks so that at the end of winter, when I'm moving paddock cows back into those summer paddocks again, they're already topped up with food and water ready to go. Then we close that gate, and now we can head back to get the second paddock of cows that need to be moved from one paddock to another. So yes, by having that little red light on the tow ball of this trailer, it makes it a lot easier to hook up the trailer since you can't actually see the trailer. And you do have to remember where you park it. Although having said that, if I unhook it here for a second, I'll just show you something, and then go to the map view here, and go back here and go trailers. Now, I'll just click on there to get it. So it will show up in this way, the same as any other trailer will. Okay? So if you forget where you put it, you can do that, but it's just a lot easier to remember exactly where you put it all the time so you don't lose it. And remember to park out of the way, because although it's invisible, it still has crash detection on it, so that you can drive things into the trailer accidentally, and you can't walk through it or anything like that, because it's still got the same crash physics as normal, even though you just can't see it. So bring this up here, because this is the next paddock I want to empty out the cows down to another paddock further down the hill. So here we go, and once again select, move to the trailer, yes, and now you can see all the cows out of this paddock and now in the cattle trailer. Now we can move these ones down to the next summer paddock I've got ready. Okay. And to anyone familiar with this map, you'll know that none of these are actually cow paddocks in the map generally, but, and I'll show you this, using the expandable pastures mod, what you can do is, I'll just show you here. So you can see here, if I zoom out, I've filled each of the paddocks. So basically every paddock on my whole farm has all the things done like that, so the cows can walk in over the entire paddock. Let's bring this down. And close this gate. Again, see, if I try and walk over this trailer, you see you end up walking over the top of it if you try, or crashing into it, because it is there all the time, regardless of whether there's cows in it or not. And these cows, I mean, it's not perfect either, because if you zoom in like this, you'll see that the legs of the cows aren't actually moving. So for cows that are supposedly walking, follow my tractor, it's not absolutely perfect, but in my opinion it's way better than having a trailer to move cows from one paddock to another. So as I said, I just don't think you would use a trailer for that job. You'd be herding them using a dog, or using a couple of people to walk behind them and things. You certainly wouldn't be using a trailer. You don't use a trailer if you're taking the cows off the farm somewhere else. I'm even looking at maybe having a couple of paddocks on the other side of the road later, so that I can herd the cows down the road. Because of course all the AI cars, the computer cars on the road, will see the trailer even though you can't see it, so they'll still stop for me if I'm herding cows down the road. Yeah, and this is the paddock where I want these cows to go into. Oops, dear. Oh dear, I have a problem. This tractor's struggling to get in there. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Well, let's try this instead. Let's try going up here and reversing the trailer into that gate. I should be able to forge it in though, but I don't know why it's not liking that right now. I do know that all of these gates on this farm only have crash physics on them when they're closed. When they're open they have no crash physics, so that does make things a wee bit easier. Okay. And for those of you that know this map quite well and are trying to work out where on earth this paddock is, I shall show you where I am right now. So what I've done here is paddock 253 here, I've divided into two and I've got a hedge along here. So we just filled out the other half of it down here. I put a gate in here and now we're filling up this half of it. So I turned that one paddock into two. I'll show you. Seconds, let me drop these cows off. Okay, how are we doing time wise? Okay, this video's still not too long, so that's good. So now, come on. So I'm trying to find the animal dialogue box. Oh, I'm at the wrong end of the troughs, that's why I can't find it. So let's do the other end of the troughs. And the animal dialogue box should be at this end. So make sure the trailer's in the animal dialogue box. And then, there we go. Select, move, yes. And all the animals are out of the trailer and in the field. Now, just go for a little bit of a drive here and show you where I've divided that paddock. So this was one long skinny paddock, and I've put this hedge along here with the gate down here and divided it into 2 paddocks. So that's worked very well. Okay, now head back out of here, and I've got one more paddock of cows that I want to move before winter sets in. So let's close that one. Walked into my invisible trailer then. Okay, now I want to go up this track that's just to my right there, but again, because I actually have a trailer on the back of this tractor, I still need to go somewhere where I've got room to U-turn it with the trailer on it. Before I go down here, so I couldn't just U-turn at the end of this wall here when I had a trailer on. And this paddock here is the last one that I want to move before winter sets in. So select, move trailer, yes. All these cows are following me down. By having summer paddocks and winter paddocks, just adds another job into the game that I can do as well, so I really enjoy doing that sort of thing. My farming style, I saw the cows jump slightly there, the end of the trailer must be up against that gate still. Anyway, my way of playing, my style of farming I suppose, I like to play realistically, but only so long as the realism doesn't interfere with my enjoyment of the game. At the end of the day, there's a game after all. So, for an example, let's say I'm ploughing a field. Now, you probably plough at 3 miles an hour in real life, and I find that far too slow. I like to go a bit faster than that. Not too fast, but a bit faster than that. So, I don't try and be realistic when it comes to the speed that I'm ploughing at. So, that's what I mean when I say I play realistically, but only so long as the realism doesn't interfere with my enjoyment of the game. And when it does, then to hell with realism. I think it's the other end of this feed trough up here, I think, from memory, where the animal dialogue box is. Is it this end or is it the other one? I'm not actually sure. We'll hop out and check anyway. No, it must be the other end. I must remember then, it's at the water trough end each time. That'll make things easier if I remember that going forward. Okay, see that. There we go. Select. Move to husbandry, yes. And once again, all the cows are now in the paddock there. You can see them all there. So now I can go and put my invisible trailer back. By parking in the same place all the time, I always know where it is when I need it. Let's go back and close that gate. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on my invisible cow trailer there. If anyone has any other suggestions on how to move cows from one paddock to another in a reasonably realistic fashion. But at the moment, that's generally how I do it. I either use this or the animal cane mod. So I'm just trying to back this trailer in exactly where it was before, and that looks like it's about it, I'd say. Yep, so the trailer is just along here, and I'm sure, yep, so there, I can see it, so the trailer is parked there, out of the way, and I can go and put this tractor back. So yeah, that's my Oh, that wasn't good. Too busy looking at other things, looking at my timer to see how long the video was instead of looking at where I was going. Sorry about that. So I will leave you here because this video is now getting quite long, and I will go and finish feeding animals. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.